already.
I love you.
Asking a question, guys.
Daddy's got to talk to Mr. Puth. Is that all right? Okay. He's playing peekaboo with you.
There's nothing better than doing an interview with a celebrity, and it feels like we're just all hanging out. Like this is.
Well, I mean, I know.
This does not work.
I know y'all. I've done interviews before where I'm just like, I don't. Why are we? What questions are we asking right now? It's. I love stuff like this. So blah, blah, blah. Enough sappiness. I'm happy to see you guys again.
So your new single is Light Switch. Yes. And we watched the video. The video is insane.
Yeah.
The video is so good. And I fell for it. I'm like, why is he doing all this for this girl?
That's the unexpected message that comes with Light Switch, a song about being turned on by somebody. But the whole thing of me on like TikTok and everything, there's so many sad videos and like people being sad on TikTok. I want to just be like an annoying joy of light music. Like I just want to be annoying and just be happy. And I want the music videos to be for, you know, all the future music that I put out as well. I don't want it to be so take me seriously as an artist. What I'm doing. But I want it to be more of just like a storyline and maybe like a movie that people could watch over and over again. And I just don't want to take myself too seriously. When I did see you guys last, I felt like I was kind of coming into myself a little bit more. I was figuring out how I was going to become the artist I wanted to be.
Really? You're still figuring that out, huh?
It's an I'm a different person than I was last week. I mean, I was a completely different person when I saw you guys last time, and I looked different too. I had a shaved head, and it was different. But I'm really happy with Light Switch because it's just my personality with some melody to it.
I'm lucky, Charlie, because I've gotten to talk with you from the very beginning all the way up until now, back in your Berklee College of Music days and everything. And that was a really, really special time to see you and how you've progressed as an artist. That's really cool. And as progressed as a human being, and you're in good shape now. Is that because of Billy Banks in there? Because, he really got you shredded. What's going on?
Well, when I got Billy on set, I mean, my mom did Taibo, and it was a very last minute thing getting Billy on because we couldn't find a trainer for the video. And the Christian, the genius that he is, he directed the video. He was like, why don't we just call up the guy who invented this stuff? And he just happened to live close by, and he came over and we shot the video just right then and there. And I actually got a real workout when I was working with it. It's a silly video. It's an insane video. I wanted it to be insane.
So it was your mom that inspired you to put Taibo in there? Like it was because your mom used to do Taibo?
Kinda. I mean, my mom inspires me to do everything. So, that's a little cheesy statement there, but it's true.
No, that's awesome. As a mom of two boys, that's your greatest achievement when your children want to do things because you've inspired them. So that's incredible.
Yeah. I love how my parents react to my music. I love when my mom films herself in the car and was like, light switch is on. And I'm like, thank you. Please drive.
So she does the same things that all moms do. It just so happens that her son has had #1 hits and, a bit of, all these amazing things. But yeah, she still does the same things to embarrass you that all of our moms do.
My whole family really goes out of their way to make sure that none of this will ever get to my head. We'll be somewhere and they'll be like, let's go get a cup of coffee. I'm like, on a Saturday at this place, I don't know if we can do that, guys. I'm like, what? They're like, well, there's a lot of people there. We're going to get absolutely pummeled by people. And Dad's like, what are you talking about? No one's going to care that you're there. Like, okay. And then we go there and it's just a nightmare and a mess. There would be a paparazzi over there. And I'd be like, Mom, just letting you know there's somebody I know it's weird. There's somebody taking pictures of us in that corner over there. She'd be like, no, there's not. And like, Charlie, Miss Debbie. And she was like, how does he know my name? That's so weird. And I'm like, can you just get in the car, please?
So I'm just wondering, since you're just a normal average guy, like, you know, all of us here, like you do normal average things like click on Instagram ads and buy stuff, right? Like, do you ever...
I did it yesterday.
What did you buy?
An earwaxing kit that I'd be able to get all the earwax out of my ear.
So speaking of TikTok, we got to bring up, you know, TikTok can be a great thing, but also it can be very detrimental to, you know, your mental health. And we've seen, and we've even seen that too, because it kind of turns into high school sometimes, like the spat with that Benny Blanco has against you for some reason, like, and then Billie Eilish jumped in. I mean, that's got to be cool when Billie Eilish has your back. On a situation like that. That's like,
wait, fill me in. What happened with Benny Blanco?
I have no idea. Because I talked to him last week and it was the most normal, nice, peaceful thing ever. And then I see a video of him just completely making fun of me. And then I remember, like a couple months back, I called him. I'm like, hey, are we all right? And he was like, yeah, Puth, stop being a baby. I'm just joking. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the next day, it's just the most brutal, hammering video and one could make. And I'm like, hey, are we really all right? Are you mad at me about something? He was like, no, I'm just making fun of you. I'm like, so I don't know really where we stand. I think it's funny, I guess, but I'm also super confused. I have no idea.
So talk about the creative process with Flashlight or Light Switch.
I like Flashlight.
Yeah,
that's the follow-up. That's the
Flashlight.
Oh, Flashlight.
Nightlight, daylight,
Heartlight.
Light Switch came about from me wanting to make a song with a sound effect in it, and I didn't.
The Light Switch, yeah.
Light Switch. I didn't know what sound effect was going to be. I just knew that I wanted to make a song with a sound effect in it. And I don't know. I took out TikTok because I was like, this is the first time where I don't know if what I'm making is good or bad. So I need to make this in front of people and they're going to just not tell me if it's, because I ultimately know if it's good for my artistry or not. But I just want to, like, it's been so long since I performed in front of people. I want to perform in front of people by making a song real time. And the video went viral and basically affirmed to me that I had to continue working on it. That's literally how it came about. I was very inspired by Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, just the lyrical messaging of that song, like not really complex, just I'm in love with your body, just easy, simple. I've never had an easy, simple song. It's always been very storytelling with me.
Also in your process, you know, you're talking about some of the collaborations you've done recently, and Elton John, that's got to be unnerving when you are hanging out with Elton John, making some music. And, you know, did you go over to his house, and was his house as lavish as I believe it is in my mind, like that Uber Eats commercial with him and Lil Nas X riding on the ponies?
I mean, I believe he has 13 houses. So I went to the house that is directly next door to mine. So what does that tell you about this house?
Oh.
I mean, it was still very, you walk like Versace everywhere and Gucci, but it's very lavish, but I mean, he deserves it. He's a legend, and he is the embodiment of lavishness. I mean, he's been a musical mentor to me, and I've become very good friends with him and his family as well. His two boys are lovely. His husband, I actually wrote the song that we made together that started off Elton's album that he's out touring right now, was inspired by a conversation that I had with his husband, that he, you know, came through. And after all that time that he was being mistreated in the past and early on in his career, he came and saved the day. And I was like, I need to write a song about that. It's really the lovely sentiment.
Dolly Parton just released a novel with James Patterson, and then she also put an album out to accompany the album or the novel. Okay. And it's so cool. And I feel like songwriters have such an advantage in the industry because you guys are the creators that set the tone for everything.
We get to write the soundtrack to people's everyday lives, and you know, the pouring of the cup of coffee. What's going to be playing in the background when they first wake up? It's my favorite thing ever, which is why I really miss live shows. that aren't internet based, that are in front of real life people, because you get to feel the real audience reaction real time. And that's really just that, no matter how many technological advancements, there's nothing that's ever going to get old about that.
Unless you're in Seoul, right, Saul? South Korea.
Yeah, BTS, they're having some COVID restrictions right now. So like you can't clap, you can't say anything. You literally just
Can't
have to
applause.
sit there and enjoy the show in silence.
How
Yeah, it just came out today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that ever going to
Especially with BTS. Like you're like talking like one of the top bands in the world, and they're like expecting 15,000 people to be silence.
That's like saying to people, I'm like, okay, everyone has to hold their breath for an hour. That's so stupid. What
We were wondering what it would feel like as an artist to look out at a sea of 15,000 people who are silent.
How are you
Just sitting there. And
That's so stupid. How are you going to tell BTS fans, the most passionate fan base since the Beatles, that they can't cheer? That's so dumb. That's like saying you can't eat for 5 days. That's so stupid. That's not going to work.
What's the next sound effect you're going to put into the next song? A blender, a hot water bottle? What are you going to do?
I don't know. You said flashlights, so it sounds like I got to continue on this little sphere. What is a flashlight? You know, that you don't really click a flashlight, you slide it. So maybe
the mag light that's got the click on the back. So you got that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually work, in all seriousness, I'm working on a song right now called Left and Right, where the vocals go from the left speaker to the right speaker.
Pink Floyd did that. It's so cool.
Yeah, you better have a working speaker. But lyrically, which I don't think anyone's done, is the lyric is I could feel you over here, I could feel you over here, and it goes from the left to the right. I might put that out after Light Switch on the theme of interactive songs. Light Switch is a song with a sound effect.
Yeah, can you imagine someone smoking pot and listening to it go from left to right? They might just pass out.
I know. I like these. My mom calls it pot too. It sounds like something that you just shouldn't be. You kidlin smoking the reefer, the lettuce, the pot.
Well, Charlie Puth, it's always fun checking in with you. And we love Light Switch, love the video. And I'm looking forward to Flashlight when that comes out, and Left and Right too. So,
Carol Pat, do you want to say goodbye to Charlie?
Yeah, let me say bye.
She doesn't want to. Come over here.
Oh, no, she's dissing poor Charlie
Come over
Puth.
here. CP, come over here.
Okay.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye. You are adorable. Make sure that you stay adorable.